Hi there and welcome to my August wrap, in which I reflect on both the quantity and the quality of the works I've read this month. Now, on the question of numbers, I read 13 books in August. Is that an impressive figure, one to boast about, or a desultory one not to be mentioned in polite company? Let me know in the comments. And of those 13 books, I have already reviewed 5 of them for the channel. So we'll begin by putting them into some kind of order. Now, if any of these books take your fancy, there are links to the full review in the description. And in 5th place, we have this, Frances Hodgson Burnett's A Little Princess, rather let down by its protagonist, who is far too passive, not a patch on the secret garden, was my verdict. In 4th place, Thomas Hardy's Under the Greenwood Tree, the first of his Wessex novels. The star of this was The Village of Mellstock. The story itself was rather hackneyed. In 3rd place, Robertson Davies' 5th Business. I described it as a Jungian yarn, and I stand by that. Lots of magic in this novel. It was excellently constructed and a great read. In position number 2, The Holy Sinner by Thomas Mann, his reworking of a medieval verse epic. Yes, the texture of this narrative was wonderful. But head and shoulders above the rest in 1st place is Kōbō Abe's The Woman in the Dunes, his existentialist masterpiece. So that was the best of the books I reviewed this month. Now let's talk about the ones which I will be looking at in coming months. The books in question are these: Anne Bronte's Agnes Grey, all tabbed up and ready to go. Len Deighton's $1 Billion Brain. I thought this was for granddads. How wrong I was. And lastly, another Thomas Hardy novel, Two on a Tower, a beautiful love story. Any thoughts on these, please leave them in the comments below. And now let's turn our attention to those books which did not make the cut, which received a thumbs down from the disappointed man. Now, I could remain silent on the question of which novels did not pass muster for inclusion on the channel, but I thought you, the viewer, may be interested to learn what they were. So here we go. First up, an absolute stinker from Wilkie Collins, The Haunted Hotel. This reads like the sketch for a bigger and better sensation novel, but it was wretched. Richard Fariña, Been Down So Long It Looks Like Up to Me, the classic novel of the 60s, they say. Well, this was on the same intellectual plane as Animal House. James Agee, A Death in the Family. I found this incredibly boring and I gave up after 50 or so pages. And finally, Thomas Mann, Death in Venice. Magnificently written, yes, but I experienced not one flicker of pleasure while working my way through this text. It was an absolute chore to finish. And there we have it. Those are the books I will not be talking about any further. Now, I know what you're thinking. I said I read 13 books, but I've only shown you 12. That's right. There is one which does not fit into any of the categories, and that is Herman Hesse's Demian, because it's a fine book, but not one that I'm interested in reviewing for the channel. So there we have it. What was your best read in August? I'd love to know. And here's to a wonderful September for everybody. But now I must depart. So be safe, be strong, and until the next time, nanu nanu.